Hello, good afternoon everybody. I hope you are all enjoying this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Welcome to the new vlogging series of You Cannot Pour from an Empty Cup. And I'm coming to you today to introduce that a little bit more and to give you a couple of tips. My name, of course, is Melissa Johnson. I'm the Principal Psychologist and the Director at Thriving Mind Psychology Clinic, located here on this beautiful, beautiful Sunshine Coast. So in case you missed it, I did do a vlog later last week on introducing the series of You Cannot Pour from an Empty Cup. So if you missed it, do go back, because I did talk about really where the physiological reasons behind that and our body's stress response and why it is so important for us, all of us, to maintain our cup. And so this series is really all about cultivating the habit of checking in to see how full your cup really is, and also to give you some strategies and tips around how to maintain that cup and how to refill it. And the post that I completed yesterday was really about thinking of your life and your well-being as a pyramid, and how important it is to make sure we have that good solid foundation before we can really keep moving on up the pyramid. And I talked about Maslow, who talks about our hierarchy of needs, and basically what he said is it's really important that we have those very core basic physical needs met before we can really move on to anything else in life. So I think that is really quite relevant in what we're talking about. So I want to use the next couple of vlogs and posts just to remind you about a few of those important things that I think we can really let fall by the wayside. So today's vlog is just again to remind you to check in on how full your cup really is, and to three things. One, just add water. So of course drinking water is essential for all living organisms, and sometimes I think we forget how important it is. So just checking in with yourself, have you been drinking enough water? And if not, why not? And how can you come up with some strategies of making sure that you're sort of increasing your water intake? And the other two things really go hand in hand, is fresh air and vitamin D. So, vitamin D actually wasn't on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but I think it's just as important, so I'm going to add it. And really they go hand in hand, right? If you're outside in the beautiful elements, in the sun, you're getting fresh air and you're touching base with nature, and it's really a fabulous way of managing your stress. Of course, I am a very keen advocate of sun safety. I'm not saying get outside and get sunburnt. Be appropriate about it, but definitely being outside, getting some gorgeous vitamin D and some fresh air is a lovely way of managing your stress. And I think what we really need to remember is it's important to check in and see if we're doing this and carve out the time to actually do it. This stuff doesn't come naturally. That's why we need to talk about it so often. No matter who you are, even as a psychologist, we need to work at this all the time. It doesn't just come naturally. We need to check, have we been doing these things? And if not, make the time to do it. So whether that means, this afternoon carving out 10 minutes before you cook dinner to go for a bit of a walk, get outside, get some fresh air, get some sun. Perhaps it's, to go and do a bit of gardening, even if it is only for 10 or 15 minutes, or sit outside on the patio in a lovely spot and have a cup of tea. So really have a think about how you can just add water if you have been having enough, and if not, how to increase that, and also some vitamin D and some fresh air. Just with the point around just add water, I think you can Google the recommendations around water, and you'd probably get lots of different responses. I think it's somewhere around 7 glasses. I don't really believe it's a one-size-fits-all. And I don't think it's a set and forget. I think it's really important for you to learn to listen to your internal cues and your body to judge how much you really need and when you need it. So tuning into your thirst signals, tuning into when you're feeling dehydrated or have a headache, and being mindful of that, and adjusting your intake accordingly. Of course, if it's hot or if you've been quite physically active, you need to adjust your intake. And maybe you need to figure out ways to do that. And it could be around, picking up a glass of water and sitting down with it by the computer to sip away, rather than just sitting there or having something else to drink. So that is my tips for today. 1, just add water. 2, get some vitamin D and some fresh air. Fabulous steps. I will be in touch soon, no doubt, with the next lot of those really core elements. I'd love to hear if you have any suggestions or ideas, and I'd love some feedback if you have any. I'm going to go and enjoy this glorious setting that's happening behind me. I'm going to go have some lunch with some other fabulous psychologists today. And I do look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Until then, take care. Bye for now.